Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Pisces July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as July goes, Venus will be in Leo from the 18th until the 31st. So the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, Pisces, if you're unattached, you may connect with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person. It could be somebody that it could be a somebody that does have a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or someone that embodies Leo traits. It could be someone prominent in your daily routine, your employment, maybe someone you provide some service to. This could also be a time where you might find yourself spending extravagantly on health-related matters. It could be items connected with your work and just in your daily routine in general, maybe matters connected with diet and fitness. This could also be a time where you strongly value courage, fortitude, even faith, self-assuredness, pride, dignity in matters with an aunt and uncle, people in your place of employment, and also generosity with these people as well. And anyway, this could also be about at this time you might find yourself spending money on some Leo related illness. It could be something with the heart or the upper back, and also this could be a time where you express love very demonstratively, perhaps towards somebody that you may work with. It could be someone prominent in your daily routine you provide service to, somebody that maybe you might have been introduced to by an aunt or an uncle. Perhaps this could be something too about wanting, really at this time. Remember, Venus can also be about peace, so you might express this need for peace in a very loud manner, very vociferous manner, as far as in your daily routine in general. So anyway, next thing up, well, Mars will be in Leo as far as July goes, and the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, as I've stated in previous videos, that as far as Mars and Leo, one dangerous thing, especially during the summer months, is dehydration levels, because Mars, of course, fiery planet, Leo is very hot sign. So you get the idea. This could be very elevated heat levels, and just be careful if you're working vigorously or working out vigorously to stay hydrated, very especially during this time. This could be if you're providing a service to somebody. This could also be to where injuries could take place, where maybe you're showing off or attention seeking, maybe with somebody, maybe your place of work, your employment. It could be at a health place if you're trying to bench press something really a prodigious weight, for example, and cause some kind of damage, perhaps by that. This could be something too where you might, if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo traits. It could be for sexual liaison and somebody you work with. It could be somebody that might be prominent in your health, your hygiene, someone you might provide some kind of service to. It could be a person also, too, you might find yourself becoming rather angry and overly domineering, arrogant, bombastic. Perhaps it could be an aunt or an uncle, someone in the daily routine, someone prominent in your health life. It could be a fellow employee. Perhaps it could also be about expressing this and expending this near inexorable energy in your daily routine more so than usual. It could be through exercising, working out, something with fitness. It could be at your place of employment. And also, too, that just be careful, because Mars could be about cuts as well. So just be careful about maybe incurring some kind of injury, maybe near the upper back or heart area at this time. And it could be too where this could really, you might find yourself, figuratively speaking, getting a headache dealing with arrogant, domineering, even supercilious employees and people prominent in your daily routine at this time. So anyway, next thing up, Jupiter will be in Sagittarius still, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself expressing a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm through traveling abroad in your career, some cases. And as I've talked about previously, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical, could be strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. In some cases, this could enlarge and expand rather foolhardy, self-righteous, over-optimistic, even reckless behavior, perhaps with a dominant parent, which is often the father, an authority figure, someone prominent in your career, somebody that has played a role in your public image and reputation. It could be a promoter in some cases. And also, too, this could be very auspicious, perhaps, for publishing something Sagittarius related that gets certain exposure, notoriety, and recognition. It could be something like with sports, the law, something with publishing, advertising, horses, anything that could be Sagittarius related. And also, this could manifest in a lot of hope and optimism through being really expressing benevolence toward 10th house people, such as the dominant parent, which is often the father, an authority figure. It could be somebody that's prominent in your career in some cases, maybe has played a role in terms of your stature in life and your social status. And also this could manifest perhaps in prosperity in general just through a Sagittarius career, such as something with sports, advertising, translation, doing something with foreigners, importing, exporting. And it could also be about really having a lot of luck through really just publishing, perhaps in terms of maybe improving your stature in life and your social status. So anyway, next thing up, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find yourself dealing with certain restrictions and limitations with friends, acquaintances, your aspirations and goals, stepchildren, if applicable. It could also be limitations, perhaps in money made from a business you have, if that is applicable. Now, at the same time, this could also be about, in some cases, having to take care of a debilitated or sickly a stepchild, a friend, an acquaintance. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the hamstrings, the knees, the bones, or the joints, and maybe making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy. But it could also be about maybe there might be some fears, or there might be even responsibilities more so than usual to 11th house people, and could be to groups, to clubs, organizations, stepchildren, friends, acquaintances at this time. And also too, this could be about a Saturn type aspiration or a goal you may have at this time. It could be something with the government, business, timekeeping, politics, anything that could be Saturn related. Could be doing some work with with bones in some cases. It could anyway. Next thing up, Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, we may be experiencing some unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior, perhaps from siblings, cousins, neighbors, people prominent in your short journeys, even your early education. You might find that your communications may be a little bit more sporadic and erratic than usual. Taurus friendships might figure more prominently in your short journeys, your local transportation, your communications, assimilating information. They could be Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus characteristics. Ideas might come very spontaneously and extemporaneously at this time. And it could also be about communication of Uranus subjects. So you might be finding yourself talking more about things like astronomy, aerospace, even rocket science, electronics, computers, innovation, new ideas. And also this could be about perhaps more of an interest in futuristic transportation, such as flying cars, and it might be on a very persistent level as well. Next thing up, Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the 1st house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, while this could manifest in some cases, just you might come across a little bit more deceptive and duplicitous than usual. Objectives may be a little bit more nebulous and unclear. You might find your vitality and your energy dissipating and dissolving more at this time. And it could also be about people from your perhaps your early childhood. Might be more, it could be Neptune type people from your early childhood are more prominent perhaps in your outlook at this time. And also, it could manifest in Neptune like new beginnings, such as something with poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, the metaphysical, which includes astrology. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, and also too, you might find yourself where your outlook on life, you're a little bit more confused at this time, more so than usual. And remember, the first house being the physical body, especially if this is actually hitting the actual first house in the natal chart, you might succumb to some Neptune-like illness. It could be something connected with the feet, the toes, the lymphatic system, or something that might be drug or alcohol related. It could even be an inadvertent assimilation of some chemicals. So just be careful for like radon in your home at this time. And also you might be a little, and a Neptune energy could also be very lethargic. And at this time you might feel yourself maybe more like fantasizing and daydreaming regarding first house matters, such as new beginnings, embarking on new beginnings as opposed to doing them. Or I should say, you might be a little bit, I'm sorry, you might be, as far as new beginnings, for example, you might find yourself maybe daydreaming more and fantasizing as far as embarking on them as opposed to actually doing so. And this will be especially true, say, if this is making an adverse aspect to your Mars and your Sun. So anyway, last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. Some cases this can manifest in the actual literal death of a stepchild, a friend, an acquaintance you may have known well. Could also be about the figurative ending of a connection with one or more of these people I mentioned. Could also be at a time where you might find yourself at this time, you need to be careful about being overly manipulative in terms of trying to attain your goals and aspirations, but you also want power, perhaps want more power over your future at this time and more control as far as that goes. This could also manifest in some cases in Pluto aspirations and goals such as insurance, recycling, transformation, such as rebuilding vehicles, something with the occult, the supernatural, like astrology, and maybe even a death type, maybe aspiring to do something in a death-related profession, such as working as a mortician, funeral director, coroner, or something in some kind of investigation of people that have died. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Pisces July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Aries August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you to make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.